Howdy folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your host, the Mighty Bjorn, and today for you, I'm going to be doing some ARMA stuff. And essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to, for the best that I can with the amount of time that I have, going to be doing an overview of the new Spearhead 1944 CDLC stuff for ARMA 3. And I think the best way to really kick this sucker off is to give you an overview of the Normandy map. That is the new map that comes with the DLC, and it is a quite large map, as you can see here. I don't believe it's quite the size of Altus, but it is definitely a very huge, well detailed map. Let's start with St. Lo, because I would say this is probably the most important area of the map, since this is supposed to be Operation Cobra. This is supposed to be, off the top of my head, about a month and a half after the D-Day landings. So let's take a look at St. Lo, and as you can see, St. Lo is pretty well wasted. So this is pretty close to what St. Lo would have looked like actually after the United States had bombarded St. Lo. And actually the United States had bombarded St. Lo for 3 days, if I remember correctly, before taking over St. Lo itself. And yeah, let's just take a look over. As you can see, the buildings are pretty well destroyed. And, you know, just out of curiosity here, let's see if these buildings have any destruction mechanics, shall we? What tank do you think we should use? Let's use the Sherman. And we can show the Sherman off while we're at it. And yeah, we'll get in the gunner's seat, load up some HE here, and we're just going to start unloading on some of these buildings and see what kind of results we get.
Canon.
A very quick reload. So it seems like these buildings have no destruction mechanics, or it would seem like that one didn't. Oh. Oh, now I done did it. I definitely love those sounds. That shell and brass just flailing around in there. So it's kind of looking like we can let loose pretty hard here on St. Lo and not have to worry about destroying any buildings. So that's kind of interesting, kind of cool. I think that's kind of a cool direction they went with that. You know what? Let's try something else. Let's try the Calliope. See if it lets me back in the editor here. Okay. Let's get in the gunner seat. Now with that many rockets, if I can't level a building, you definitely know the building don't got destruction mechanics, right? Oh, that don't do me no good. There we go. And it's still standing. Okay, I would say the buildings here at St. Lo does not have destruction mechanics. Okay, but that doesn't mean that's going to be the case for everywhere. I suspect that's for St. Lo, as they kind of wanted St. Lo as already destroyed, which kind of makes sense in the sense of when, like I said, when the United States moved into St. Lo, it was kind of already leveled. Let's check out some other areas here. Now, I did find two of the airstrips, which unfortunately they're both dirt runways. I'm a little spoiled for paved, as a lot of the modern warfare maps have paved runways, but here is one runway, which, oh, that ain't going to be fun if you're in a larger plane, like an A-26. But, so there's that runway, and I saw another one down. Wait a minute, was that one? Nope, that wasn't one. But I saw another one down here. Right here, and this is another dirt runway as well. Looks a little bit wider than the previous one. Looks like about the same length though. So 2 runways to run with. Not bad. Get some operations going off of those. Get some flight operations. Let's check them out. But I want to check it out with a modded plane, just out of curiosity. Because I'm sure the P-47 that came with the DLC is going to be able to run off of that, no problem. So let's try a bomber, shall we? Let's see how a bomber will take off. Because I'm definitely curious about that myself, and I'm sure anyone watching right now is going to be curious about that too, especially for anyone who's interested in doing liberations or anything like that. I don't know. We're getting a lot of bounce. I don't think we're going to get off the ground. Oh, we're off the ground. Alright, so not bad. We are off the ground in the A-26 Intruder. So I'm pretty sure we can probably take off with just about anything then. I wouldn't be so sure about the B-17, but I don't know about you guys. I'm not so concerned about the B-17. I really don't think that's going to be a plane. I don't consider that one. I mean, I guess I could check it out. We got time, right? Come on, return to editor. It is a little slow returning back to editor, I notice on this map. You know what, how about we just check out some other areas? So we got, so there you go. There is two runways, two airstrips. Yeah, and I like the little details, like the little craters in that. We got the hedgerows. Let's get an infantryman in here. Let's see what it looks like as an infantryman. See, that's pretty high. Now, I don't know. The only thing I'm not sure of is how these are. Oh, dude, I actually can't even go through it. I have to go around it. So that's pretty rad. Now, with a vehicle, I wonder if we can go through it. So, that's actually pretty cool. Now, I wonder. Nope, can't even crawl under it. Let's check out another spot. Well, see, there I could go through, but that was kind of a light spot. So there's essentially light spots and heavy spots in the hedgerows, and you could work your way through a light spot, but essentially through these heavy spots, that it's like a wall. And I would guess you're not going to be able to shoot through those either. Maybe with a machine gun, but like this little Thompson, this ain't going to penetrate that, I'm sure. Wait a minute, what about... Well, I could actually shoot through there. See me kicking up the dirt on the other side? I love the sound of that. That is gorgeous. I'm a little bit mistaken. Shouldn't he have pulled back the bolt handle? Yeah, he should be pulling back the bolt handle, actually. I mean, on an empty reload, anyway. Who cares? Still looks good, though. The models, I have to say, I did peer over some of the models in that, like the uniforms and the helmets, the tanks and that. It looks so good. So much better quality than Iron Front. And don't get me wrong, I'll give those guys that did the Iron Front stuff credit. You know, they did a good job with what they had at the time, but yeah, we definitely needed something better. It was time. Oh yeah. Now let's see how a vehicle moves through these hedgerows. The half track should, if I recall correctly, should struggle. I can't do it. All right, let's try it again. Ramming speed. I can't get through the hedgerow. Okay, let's try. Return to editor. Let's try a tank through the hedgerow. That's cool. I'm liking the hedgerow thing. I mean, it's gonna be a nuisance from hell. It's gonna be frustrating, but it's definitely realistic. No, the tank can't even make it through. That's cool. Oh, but I wonder. Okay, now check this out. This is something I saw earlier today. when I was checking out the assets. And this is, I thought this was really cool because my grandfather was a part of this. So the Sherman Rhino is a thing in the new Spearhead DLC. Let's see if the Sherman Rhino modification actually does its job. I hope it does. I have no idea if it does. So we're finding out together here, folks.
Forward. Left. Right. Forward.
Nope. No dice. I still can't get through it. That's really disappointing. I mean, it figures it would only be cosmetic, but that would have been really cool if it actually would have worked. Oh, it worked there. Hold on a second. We're going to try something here. Ramming speed! Oh, it worked! I wonder if that... You know what? I bet you that's the trick. I just need more speed. We're going to take off the Rhino. Because I bet, if I remember, it's probably just cosmetic. Let me see something here. Edit appearance. Let's hide. Get the log armor going. Okay, and we're gonna try to hit that again, but we're gonna try to hit it faster.
Forward. Left. Left.
Let's try these low bushes first.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just cosmetic.
Forward.
Would be cool though if it actually did work.
Right. Left.
Wait a minute, I didn't get through that one. Huh. I'm still not getting through that. That's weird. But all right, enough of that. Let's look at the map some more. I'm sure everybody wants me to look at the map some more over messing around with that. Now, the one thing is, I have no idea how accurate this map is. I don't know what World War II maps look like. I know what modern topographical maps look like. I really don't know what the World War II ones look like. We've got a nice little river here. That might cause some problems. That looks too deep for a Sherman to ford across. We got some thick woods. I'm going to have to say, with the way the terrain in that is shaped, I think we could definitely have some really interesting firefights here. We got some nice roads to work with. We got some nice cityscape. Let's see if we can enter these buildings. Especially that church. The church has me curious the most. Nothing inside, which kind of expect that with ARMA anymore, but still very cool. Oh, we got a tower too. Can we get up in the tower? That's a long climb. But you get up there with a machine gun or a sniper, do some work. Hey, you can do some work from here with a machine gun or a sniper. Oh yeah. Yeah, get me up here. Put me up here in a brown 30 cal, boss. I'll be unloading belts for days. All right, what else we got? Let's see these other. Let's see the other structures here. We got tank traps throughout the streets, which makes sense. Not much in the way of barbed wire or well, here we got a nice spot for you can set up a machine gun there for a defensive. Very cool cemetery. Of course, farmers' fields. Yeah, I gotta say this is a nicely detailed map. You can definitely get in some really cool firefights here. You can get in some close quarter stuff here too, with all the hedgerows and everything and the buildings. Very well done map, and I love the way the landscape itself is shaped. It's going to definitely make for some interesting fighting, for sure. Let's see what else we got. I don't really see anything else I'd consider a major city, though. What is that a windmill? I'm taking it. Is that a windmill? Is that what that star is? Some kind of bunker? Okay, so some kind of German bunker. Cool. Definitely do some stuff with those. Here's probably, I guess this, you probably consider this a major city. Definitely. Once again, definitely get in some very interesting firefights. I love the structures. Very cool design. But all right, we've blown enough time here looking at the map, haven't we? Or we've blown quite a bit. Let's exit this. Well, actually, I should have just stayed in that. Went to set it up for virtual arsenal so I could start popping in vehicles. All right, I'm going to start. Let's put it virtual reality. Let me show off some of the vehicles here. I'm telling you what, the vehicles are just really well done vehicles. The only thing I'm kind of disappointed in, and that's because I'm looking at it from the perspective of liberation, is that they put the American stuff in independent and they put the German stuff in blue 4. And I know that's what Iron Front did and a lot of the other World War II stuff did. I'd rather that they would have put it in Op 4, but it's fine, it's whatever. Now, for sure, you're definitely still, for those of us that run Iron Front, we're still going to need to run Iron Front as a filler to fill in blanks, because like they have this version of the German half track here, but essentially if you want like the full, big dick stud German half track that could actually carry a lot of troops, I think it could carry 10 if I remember correctly, or maybe it was 12. You're going to need Iron Front. And from what I could tell, the damage mechanics and etc. what is actually compatible. Let me get that spawned in here. Yeah, this half track is the one I'm talking about. So, unfortunately, right now as things stand, we're not really going to be able to get rid of Iron Front, in my opinion. That's fine. I don't really have anything too god awfully personal with Iron Front. I just feel with Iron Front that the damage the damage mechanics with some of the vehicles can be a little off at times. So okay, so we got this half track here, and let's drive it around, check it out. And this is actually more of a reconnaissance half track than an actual armor personnel carrier. So you can only carry a gunner, a driver, and 4 more crewmen. Oh yeah. We got her drifting now, boy. Let's switch to the driver's seat. Can we open the slit? There we go. It's not a bad view from the front. I can't believe how good this stuff looks. I mean, it looks great, to be honest. Graphically speaking, they spent a lot of time like making sure the graphics were smooth and all that stuff. I gotta give the I think it's Heavy Ordnance Works was the developers. Gotta give them massive props. They did a great job. All right, so there's the Focke-Wulf. You know what? Let's do a comparison. Is it not showing up? Was it an FW? Yeah, there it is. Oh, okay. I put the dash there. So here, this one's from Flying Legends, which I actually like the look of the Flying Legends stuff. I'm not such a fan of the cockpits. The cockpits are very bare bones, but when it comes to the actual outside looking at it, always look great. Here we go. Or wait, nope, that's Spearhead. My bad. Why am I having problems finding the... So I see the Africa Corps. Oh, I see. I got a mod loaded in that I was supposed to... I wanted to onload. And there's the one for Iron Front. Which I do kind of like the Iron Front one because it looks kind of beat up. Like this this kind of looks like a new plane, where this kind of looks beat up. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, look at it. It looks so good. I don't know. It's kind of a mix. I like the look of the weathered one, but I also like the look of this one. I also like the look of this one though. So, you know, tip my hat off to Flying Legends. The guy that did Flying Legends, he did a great job on. I felt on the models, or at least the exterior wise. Let's see. We got tons of different Panzers, especially the Panzer IIIs, which I don't think we had Panzer IIIs in Iron Front. Yeah, so we didn't have any Panzer IIIs in Iron Front. And here we have a bunch of different Panzer IIIs. So now what you have here is you have a Panzer III with a 50 millimeter. This is a Panzer III with a longer 50 millimeter. Basically achieves higher velocity, more penetration. You have another Panzer III. Once again, it's the same gun as the L, but it's also got Schützen, and if I remember correctly, the M also had a motor upgrade. I might be mistaken on the motor upgrade. And then essentially the N is an M, but it has a 75 millimeter short-barreled howitzer as a support cannon. And then we got the Panzer IV-G, which is, you know, that would have been the primary Panzer IV that would have been used in Germany at the time of the D-Day invasions. Although there also would have been Panzer IV-H. And then, of course, we have the legendary Tiger. And the Tiger just looks drop dead sexy. But I'm sure everybody's going, how does the Tiger function? So let's get rid of this mess. Now I kind of wish they just had it as Tiger. Probably be easier if they had Tiger in the name for people to find it if they go searching, but Tiger. All right, let's get in the gunner. Okay, so they got the German sights authentic. Can't seem to zoom though. Memory might be failing, but if I remember correctly, they were ×2 and ×8 optics. Probably, Tiger's probably a bit more nimble than it should be. Oh my god, I love the sound of that gun though. Now I'm wondering. Oh no. Why? I'm not able to range it either. Oh no. Why? Oh, no. They don't have the optics right. I should be able to range the optics on the... So those little circles with the numbers, that's hundreds of meters. So the optic on the Tiger tank, it turns to range it. So you turn the optic to 2, that's 200 meters. If I remember correctly. Yeah, I believe that was 200 meters. Uh, and it does not seem to be ranging. Wow, that went far. I was kind of hoping that was going to be a little bit more accurate than it is. Okay, it's fine. You know what? Could be a ARMA limitations. You know, that's kind of the issue with ARMA, is the ARMA limitations. But here, let's Taiga. See, now this was one of the tanks that I felt in Iron Front was a little weird. The it just we've hit this thing with artillery. Yeah, see, I'm as you can see, I'm actually ranging the gun right now. That's what it should be doing. That's kind of unfortunate that the other one does not. That the Spearhead one doesn't do that. All right, just one of those little disappointments, I guess. And who knows? They may patch that in later. It might be one of those things they just weren't able to get it in there. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let's talk American stuff. America. Because I definitely want to take a look at the American assets, because that's the big one. So we got the M16 half track for anti-air. We looked at that earlier, but that's definitely important in my opinion, because America, even with Iron Front, did not have any anti-air assets. Let's see. We have multiple different types of half tracks, which that was literally, outside of the Jeep, as a general purpose vehicle, that thing was just a major importance. We have the P-47, which once again, that just looks so awesome. And it's even got the bombs and the missiles. Look at that nice little detail. No step. And you can clearly read that. No push, no step. You can see the machine gun barrels. I mean, they really took the time to work on the models. They put a lot of effort into the models. Here, let's take a look at the cockpit interior. I'm sure you're curious about that. And actually, while I'm in here, I'll blast the guns off. Actually, I guess I'll take off too so you can hear the engine sounds. So, I mean, just really good work with the interior. And this plane does work with Pylon Manager. I did check that out earlier. Oh, do I have a mirror? Oh, look at that. That's a nice detail. Some of the modded planes have definitely skipped out on that little detail about having a mirror. Okay, that's really weird. So, it almost feels like I'm firing kind of like slow auto cannons inside the cockpit, but when you're outside, looking like I don't know. All right. So I did that roll there, and I noticed that I lost a lot of speed doing that roll, but it picked up speed real quick too. So high energy fighter, which yeah. All right, let's look at. I'm going to start with the tank destroyers before going into the tanks because we've had Shermans for a while. Let's start with what we didn't have, and oh my God, look at these tank destroyers. Ooh, Hellcat. I think I'm going to have to check that one out. Let's see if it drives as fast as the real deal. And then of course, we have the M10 Wolverine, which I'm pretty excited about the M10 Wolverine too. Oh, dude, that German helmet on the light, love it. That's neat. Great detail right there. It's actually got the size dimensions on the side. So I'd imagine down the road that we're going to see the M36 Jackson because it's essentially the same hull. They just got to change the turret and put a 90mm gun in there. So I'm sure that'll be a give it time. Let's check out this. Let's check out the Hellcat because I'm sure that's one that everybody was excited about seeing too. Was the Hellcat. Great engine sound, very well detailed, and the shaping looks pretty proper. I'm going 71 kmh. We're booking, boy. Fastest tracked vehicle in ARMA, changed my mind. The only thing I wish they would have did was instead of using the that looks like the M1A1 76mm gun. I don't know. I was always a fan of the M1A2 76mm gun. That's the gun with the muzzle brake. I think it would look so much cooler with the muzzle brake, but that's just a personal taste. Either ways, awesome job on the Hellcat. Let's see what the M10 Wolverine's got. Now that's going to be a 3-inch anti-tank gun, but they might. Oh, they got it. M7 3-inch anti-tank gun. Nice. Now this should not move as fast. Probably faster than a Sherman, but definitely nowhere near as fast as a Hellcat. One thing.
Fire. Cease fire. Fire. Cease fire. Fire.
I might have to go in a gunner seat. That's actually one thing I can appreciate with the Spearhead stuff. The adding of smoke shells. Well, it's kind of one of those things I wish they would have did with the Iron Front stuff. course, we got the good old HVAP for when you got to crack that Panther in half. So very cool on the vehicle so far, especially on the American side of things. Now, what we got here, we're going to just spawn all the Shermans in and take a look at them. I do see one issue, though, right off the bat. Okay, we got a Sherman late. Oh, maybe not. Is that a random? Wait, that's the same Sherman. All right, maybe not. 30 cal. I don't know why. The placement of the 50 cal seems off to me. And there's a nice little detail there too. So the earlier Shermans actually didn't have a loader hatch, for those that didn't know. So as you see here, this Sherman doesn't have a loader's hatch, neither does this one. Now, I'm not 100% sure why, and memory might be failing me, but I thought all the welded hull versions of the Sherman had a loader's hatch. And that the only Shermans that didn't have the loader's hatch were versions of the Sherman that had the cast hull. Because there wasn't too many Shermans that actually got off the production line that didn't have a loader's hatch. Actually, I actually got to see a Sherman with a cast hull that actually served with the United States Army the whole way through the war, from Operation Torch to the fall of Berlin, till pretty much the end of the war, and actually still does not have a loader's hatch. It sits at a local museum where I live. But they would later add the loader's hatches to the later versions of the Shermans, and they would also send out field expedient kits and to add the loader's hatch to tanks as well, so they could upgrade the loader's hatches in the field. So what we got here looks like we have a couple. Wait, Sherman W. I'm not quite sure what they mean by Sherman W. Well, okay, so these are both Sherman W. Sherman W. Oh, so these are all Sherman W. So wait, what do we have here for M4A1, M4 Sherman, and then M4 Sherman late? See, and the late doesn't have a loader's hatch. And honestly, I'm not sure. I don't really see a difference between the late and the early. Unless there's like a difference in the ammo. Couple minor changes to like what the vehicle itself is carrying, but that could be a random. And just for point of comparison, so we can kind of go back and look at what this one looks like. Let's do Sherman HVSS. So I mean, yeah. And I would say you're still gonna need the Sherman HVSS from. Might want to still use the Sherman HVSS a little bit from Iron Front. But you already got to see me mess with the Sherman. You got to see me mess with the Calliope. What else we have? Turrets. We have the anti-tank gun. We have M81, M1 81 millimeter mortar, and then we have the quad mount here for anti-air. Let's take a look at the anti-tank gun. Let's get in the gunner seat so we can take a look at the optic. So we got AP. What am I using right now? AP CBC HET. Okay, so that's going to be an armor piercing high explosive, and then you're going to have an AP shot. APCT. Armor piercing, discarding sabot. This is going to be your high penetration shell. And then high explosive. Let's take a look at the optic. Nice optic. Turret traverse speed's not bad. Now can we, yep, we can push it. So just like you can with the Iron Front ones. Let's see, cancel. Let's see what it sounds like when you fire it. Oh, did you see that shell flop out? That was pretty cool. Let's do it again. Pretty neat detail. Yeah. I'm going to mess with something, though. I actually, because this is supposed to be a towed gun. So what I'm going to mess with... All right, let's do this without placing crew. Place the gun. We'll start with the half track because they're from the same... You know, they're from the same deal. But we'll also try with the Iron Front stuff, too. I want to actually try the tow of the gun. Now, I kind of wonder... Can the gun be towed? See, it'd probably be... Uh-oh. You know, maybe I'm too far away. Put away tow ropes. Let's try this. It's been a god-awfully long time since I've tried to tow a gun. Alright, alright, get out. Yeah, I can't. I can't seem to attach the tow ropes. What about, let me see something. As gunner, open doors. Oh, never mind. Get out. Oh, hitched a vehicle. Neat. Now I wonder. I want to try this. Well, actually, let's drive around and see how it works. All right, so it seems to work pretty good. There we go, unhitch. All right, now we're going to back out of this, and I'm going to try an iron front Jeep just to see if the iron front Jeep will work. Because I'm pretty sure the iron front Jeep, or at least the Willys, can tow the 57 millimeter gun. Historically speaking. Not having any luck here with that, so it might be. All right, so something to think about there, folks. You might not be able to tow the anti-tank gun with the iron front Jeep. Maybe with Ace, I don't know. All right, let's move on to something else. What else should we do? Do we want to check out? We probably should. Let's check out some weapons here. Give you a close-up of the infantry gear. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go this, and I'm going to go this. I like how they actually have a World War II arsenal, or you can use the classic arsenal, which is just the classic, virtual arsenal that's just blah. Hopefully YouTube will also automatically break this video down so it's easy for people to find different parts of the video. All right. Now I'm just going to start for, everybody's personal favorite. I'm just going to go right for the, there it is. We're just going to go right for it. There you go, the M1 Grand. Now, there is one thing I did notice, though. I'm going to go back in the arsenal to show this to you. That these weapons do come with bayonets. Now, the only thing I'm not sure of... Okay, so they did it like Prairie Fire. Huh. Although I'm wondering, more than likely, but let's just check. Oh, I already had a bandana on my uniform, but um, but I can't melee without the bayonet. Interesting. Nice detail. Actually went through the process of ejecting the old bandolier and catching. All right. Sure, we want to check out the car. Why not? Sounds great. Sight looks good. Oh, you know what? I should have checked out the Nashorn. Well, while we're here, let's check out the Nashorn. Look at that big boy. Here, we're going to load it up with some HE. This will be a real crowd pleaser. Oh, I didn't want to go to commander seat. I want to go to driver's seat. Oh, I can't go to driver's seat from inside. Alright, that's enough messing around with the Nashorn. And actually, you know, while the Nashorn is there, where's the bazooka? Let's see what the bazooka can do. Well, that wasn't very impressive. That was actually rather disappointing, to be honest. The sidearm of a Nashorn is not impressive by any stretch of the imagination. Now, I know the performance of a bazooka really is not that impressive by any stretch of the imagination, but... Or maybe I just can't destroy a vehicle in here? That could be the possibility. That might be the issue. Alright, moving on to the next thing. What do we want to mess with? Springfield. Let's look at the Springfield sites. No, I don't want a bazooka. Springfield sites. It's a very simplified scope. Nothing impressive. Now there was... What scope did they give me here? That is the shorter scope. There should be a difference. I don't know if... Yeah, there should be another scope. And there's not... Good old BAR. Flamethrower. Yes. We need the flamethrower backpack, though, I believe. So let's get the... Where is it? Where's the flamethrower backpack? I'm sure everybody'd like to see me play with the flamethrower. Actually, where's the... Oh. I'm not finding it because I'm in the wrong place. We used the Flaming Woofer. So it doesn't arc, just straight line. It's got a pretty decent range to it, though, for a flamethrower. Okay. Sawed off shotgun? Sure. Huh. Now you get to run around, be a dude guy during World War II. And some of these also have grenade launcher adapters. And I think this is cool that they added this one. This is kind of one that kind of gets forgotten, that the M1 carbine did actually have a rifle grenade adapter. It wasn't as popular as the M1 Grand having a rifle grenade adapter, but yeah, it was there. Best M1 carbine. Changed my mind. Sure people would like me to look at the Thompson, so let's take a quick peek at that. I like the little details. They did just a really great job on the details, like caliber .45, M1A1, and then they have the serial number, and that you can actually see it. It's very clear, very legible. What other guns should I mess with here while we're looking at stuff like this? Do they have the MP40? I'm sure the MP40's here. It's got to be here. There it is. Not bad, not bad. I mean, I'm really liking this. There's a, like, I have complaints, but they're little minor things, like little cosmetic things, or like I felt this could have been a little bit better, or maybe that could have been a little bit better, but honestly, I'm actually liking what I'm seeing here more than I do in Prairie Fire, and I really like Prairie Fire. I mean, any of the guys in my unit would know I like the hell out of Prairie Fire, and I think Prairie Fire gets better and better all the time. Every time they update it, it makes it better. It's literally it's getting to the point where Prairie Fire is just like if you're going to do anything Cold War that involves the United States, you can't go without Prairie Fire. Oh my god, the recoil on this gun is horrendous. Okay, let's try that again with the bipod. Much better. Okay, I do not want to use that gun. Ever. Never, ever. What other guns do we want to mess with? Browning 30 cal. They're both pretty much the same. It's just one doesn't have a stock, the other one does. The one disappointing thing, though, is they're 50 round belts. Like, we need some longer belts, boy. Give me some 100 rounders. Very nice work on the belt animation, too. I mean, like, they really squared this away. Like, I can't just ecstatic on how well they've actually done as, like, a starter. Because I do foresee them actually putting more work in on this. Oh, that that MG42 recoil. Now, okay, I do see something a little wrong here with the MG42. And I think Ironfront actually got it right. Or maybe I'm thinking, you know, I might be thinking of the MG3. Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of the MG3. So it's got to be the MG3. Maybe it wasn't the 42, but I remember there being like a I don't know how you want to call it, but like just this flat piece of metal, kind of to assist you with loading the belt. I guess you'd maybe want to call it a loading spoon or something along those lines, a loading flange, and that usually sticks out the one side until you fire the first shot, and then it usually snaps off. I thought the MG42 had that as well, but I must be mistaken. We got the M3 grease gun. Let's check this out. Oh, yeah. Wait, did he turn that sideways before he loaded it? Hold on. Let me check something out. Okay. I'm just losing it. So, I mean, very cool on all that stuff. We also got some of the other Panzer stuff. Wow, that I didn't expect I I really didn't expect that. Would Germany wouldn't have the Panzerschreck at this time, would they? I think they would only have the Panzerfaust. Yeah, I don't see the Panzer. Yeah, I don't see the Panzerschreck. Well, that looked cool. Hey, that actually did some damage. Let's yeah, tracks are messed, gun shields messed. Huh. All right, let's look at some of the other stuff, and then I'm going to get ready to call it here. We'll sort this by mod. But I did see we got some great looking uniforms and stuff. There's some Civ gear. Now you can go half soldier, half Civ. But the Civ clothing looks pretty good. I'll be honest, I didn't check for civilian cars. We got, of course, German soldiers, German soldier uniforms of different types. So you can see some different stuff there. Pretty much all the uniforms look really good, really well detailed again. And that's just it. That's like this whole DLC is just a lot of stuff that's just really well detailed, really well done work. Much better than the Iron Curtain, that's for sure. The Iron Curtain DLC, oof. Uh, Actually, anyone actually still listening to this, comment down below. Has the Iron Curtain DLC actually improved at all? Because, I mean, there was still a lot of stuff where it was like clipping through the bottom. Like, you could actually see through the bottom of vehicles and stuff like that while being inside the vehicle. And, yeah, woof. So you got different mixes of gear, which right now we're looking in German. Let's look at United States. And like we got the assault vest, which the Rangers used assault vest. Most guys, like if you're doing infantry division stuff, you're going to use like the cartridge belts. And of course, you got your different types of packs. So, I mean, really, you know, you got helmets, tons and tons of helmets. There's a lot of helmets. They even got helmets. I was looking through the Army stuff, and they got helmets with rank on it. They got helmets marking the with different markings. Like here's Fifth Rangers, which I don't know why that's marked Fifth Rangers when there's no marking. Uh, band placements. You got medics. Nets, without nets, the whole 9 yards. Of course, we got the binoculars. We got the old stogies and cigarettes. Tank crew headsets. I mean, they really fleshed it out. Let me see if I can remember this here. I think it was. Oh, yep, there you go. That's the GI watch, and if I remember, K. And there's the US GI compass for World War II. So yeah, I mean, just good stuff all the way around. They just honestly, they just did an overall great job with the DLC. What I would say is, like, if you've done Ironfront stuff before and you enjoyed it, you definitely got to get this DLC. And if you're just really into ARMA and you just really want to do World War II stuff, you just got to get this DLC. You know, it's right now it's $17 after tax because they have it at a discount. Its normal price is going to be a little over $17. With everything I've seen there, with like the meticulous detail that they took with it, they've definitely spent some time putting this DLC together. I mean, I really can't show everything here. I've already spent almost an hour and a half doing this, and I'd spend hours going through this whole DLC. Honestly, with what I've seen and what I've seen so far, and like the sound quality and the whole 9 yards, yeah, thumbs up, man. This is some really good looking stuff. I actually can't wait to get some missions going with this thing. Anyway, folks, hopefully you all enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and have yourself a wonderful day.